What's up, everybody? It is Amrinder Singh. Today, I'm gonna teach you 5 Punjabi verbs. We will learn the meaning of these verbs and how to use these verbs into the sentences. Before I start the lesson, make sure you follow me on Patreon because sometimes there's a word and comes in my mind, which is a really good word. I wanna teach you guys, and sometimes I just forgot when I'm gonna make the podcast. So what I do on the Patreon, I just when there's a really good word comes in my mind, I just record immediately that time, and maybe it's only 1 minute or 30 seconds or 2 minutes, whatever. I post on the Patreon. So it's really good for you all if you're gonna follow there, if you're gonna improve your vocabulary, especially and want to learn more about colloquial Punjabi. All right. Another thing, if you need basically if you want to improve your listening skill, you need a content completely in Punjabi. So you want to improve your listening skills, then make sure check out my another podcast. The podcast name is the Amrinder Singh podcast. It's all in Punjabi. Link is in the description. All right, now let's get started. So first word is ga pauna. So what is the meaning of ga pauna? Ga pauna means like when you make the mess. All right. Let's say you leave your kids in the room and they made a mess. All right. Any kind of mess. All right. Maybe there's all over like a clothes there, right? Spreading shoes, stuff like that. You know what I mean when kids make a mess, right? You can like ask them, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆ ਕੀ ਗਾ ਪਾਇਆ ਓਏ? ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆ ਕੀ ਗਾ ਪਾਇਆ ਓਏ? It means you are asking them why the hell you make this mess, all right? So ga pauna. So same like you can say, let's say if somebody trying to find something, maybe whatever they're trying to find from the bag, and they separate all the things out from the bag, then you can say "आ की गा पाता," all right? "आ की गा पाता." So it means you made the mess, all right? So basically, ga pauna is making the mess, all right? So the second word we're going to learn is hath khade karna, all right? It's also kind of a little bit idiom, all right? So hath khade karna means when you give up, all right? Like a hands up. When people hands up when they quit, all right? Or maybe when police trying to arrest them, they say hands up, right? Something like that. Maybe in some country they say put your hands on your head or neck, something like that. But here they say hands up. So yeah, it means like a hath khadi karna means like when somebody quits, all right? Um, so there's another word for that quitting, like a pyan karna, all right? Pyan karna or hath khadi karna. How would you use these verbs in sentences? Like let's say we're doing a work, maybe at the farm. It's really hard work, and you got really tired. You want to take a rest, right? You can say ਬਸ ਭਾਈ ਮੇਰੇ ਤਾਂ ਹੱਥ ਖੜੇ ਆ ਹੁਣ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਠਹਿਰ ਕੇ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ, alright? So it means like I just want to quit it. I'm so tired. I'm not gonna do work right now. I need a rest, right? That's what it means. So when you say ਹੁਣ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ, right? I'm not gonna do, or we are not gonna do this work now. ਮੇਰੇ ਤਾਂ ਹੱਥ ਖੜੇ ਆ, alright? It means I'm just ready to quit, alright? Because I'm tired, whatever the reason, right? ਹੱਥ ਖੜੇ ਆ. Or another way you can say ਹੁਣ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ, ਮੇਰੀ ਤਾਂ ਭਿਆਂ ਹੋ ਗਈ, ਮੇਰੀ ਤਾਂ ਭਿਆਂ ਹੋ ਗਈ. When you say ਭਿਆਂ ਹੋ ਗਈ, it means you are not able to continue something, whatever you're doing, all right? Another case you can use this, let's say if we are doing the workout in the gym, right? And you got so tired, but your body is pushing you to do more workout. That time you can say, ਨਾ ਯਾਰ ਮੇਰੇ ਤਾਂ ਹੱਥ ਖੜੇ ਆ. ਨਾ ਯਾਰ ਮੇਰੇ ਤਾਂ ਹੱਥ ਖੜੇ ਆ. All right? It means no man, not more anymore. I'm just can't do it. That's enough, right? That's what it means. And another case you can say ਨਾ ਯਾਰ ਮੇਰੀ ਤਾਂ ਭਿਆਂ ਹੋ ਗਈ. ਨਾ ਯਾਰ ਮੇਰੀ ਤਾਂ ਭਿਆਂ ਹੋ ਗਈ. So same thing is like I can't continue that one, all right? Because I'm already so tired. So third verb is harkhana. What is the meaning harkhana? Harkhana means when somebody got angry, right? Maybe you see some people say, or maybe in the books, like gusse hona, all right? Gusse hona means also when you get angry, right? But gusse hona could be also meaning when you just stop talking to somebody, whatever the reason, right? And then you can say मैं ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੁੱਸੇ ਹਾਂ. Gusse means whatever the reason, now you just don't want to talk that person. It's not necessary in every situation. It means angry. Sometimes you are just cool, but you don't want to, basically you're disappointed. Gusse hona means also disappointed. When you're disappointed with somebody, you don't want to talk, that's also gusse hona. Gusse hona is also meaning getting angry, all right? But this word I'm teaching is harkhana. All right, harkhana especially means angry. Let's say if you have argument with your friend, whatever, or maybe your significant other, whatever, and when you have argument and that person, you know, they are getting loud or angry, that time you can say, "Tu harkhda kaaton aa?" All right, "Tum harkhda kaaton aa?" So harkhda. So it means why are you getting angry, right? So here I use kato, right? Kato basically means why. There's another word mostly you see in the books like a kyon. I could also say tum harkhda kyon, right? But mostly we also use like tum harkhda kato, tum harkhda kasto. It's same thing. Why? I think I made another podcast like how to make questions in Punjabi. That time I described that one. I also explained this one on one of my YouTube videos. So when I said there's some certain words when we ask question, all right, you don't see in the books what people use when they're talking, right? Like these words, you in the books you only probably learn kyon, right? Kyon is a why, but in speaking that's kaston, katon, these words. All right, make sure you watch that video on YouTube, or maybe there's also podcast. You just try to find a podcast about how to ask questions in Punjabi, all right? I don't remember which episode is on podcast. Just check it out. You can find that one, all right? So, wait. So you can say, tum harkhda kaaton aa? Why you are getting angry? If the person is female, then you say, tum harkhdi kaaton aa? Now the verb is harkhdi, all right? For female, for guy, harkhda, because we are using present simple. Yeah, present simple. All right, make sure you also check out my basically the lessons when I'm talking about a certain sentence, certain tenses. All right, how we talk, like how we change the verbs in certain sentences, so you would get the idea what's happening. All right, and this verb is harkhana, right? In present simple it's harkhda or harkhdi, and in future harkhuga, harkhugi. In past harkki, all right, hark gya. All right, in the past, let's say you can say kal oh bahut hark gi, all right? Yesterday she got so angry. Kal oh bahut hark gya. Yesterday he got so angry, all right? In the future you can say na e na kar, oh bahut hark yugi, all right, or harkhugi. It means don't do that, because if you do that, she's gonna get angry on you, all right? Whatever. So same for a guy. तू ये ना कर, वो बहुत harkhuga या harkhuga, all right? That is for future. So these words changing depends on the basically tense. What are you using? You're using present, past, simple. So fourth verb is chinjadi shirna, or there's another word lutti launa. Is same, all right? So it means basic when you do something and it's basically it attract other person to do that, right? So that time we use that. I don't know what the exact English word for that one, and make sure if you know, just let me know in the comments, because you don't know yet. Let me explain this word. If you know what I'm trying to say, if there's certain word in English, just let me know, all right? So yeah, if you're listening on Spotify, make sure you comment on that one. Mostly these words we use for kids. Let's say one of the kids, maybe your neighbor's kid, he buy or he got the ice cream, whatever the reason, right? Now your kid is also asking for the ice cream, right? and then you can say, kene chinjadi shirti, all right? Like who made him to buy ice cream, all right? Kene chinjadi shirti, all right? Another, so maybe another person saw who like did the chinjadi, who made him like buy this ice cream. Let's say David's son make him buy ice cream, right? That time I can say, or other person can say, David ਦੇ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਨੇ ਚਿੰਚੜੀ ਛੇੜਤੀ। David ਦੇ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਨੇ ਚਿੰਚੜੀ ਛੇੜਤੀ, right? So why? Because the son of David, all right, he bought ice cream. Now your kids want the ice cream. It's because of the David, right? Because otherwise it was not in his mind to buy ice cream. But when he saw it, then he also wanted, all right? So it means chinjari shirna. Same thing lutti launa. Some people say lutti launa, all right? Inu kede lutti laiti ice cream khan di, all right? David de munde ne inu lutti laiti ice cream khan di, all right? Same thing, like who made him buy ice cream or who made him to eat ice cream. So same, David de munde ne, right? The son of David made him to buy ice cream. So same thing, all right? Chinjadi shirna and lutti launa. So the last verb is postpona. There's also another word, adat pauna, and another word is sabah pauna, all right? So it means basically when you make the habit, all right? If I use these in examples, all right? Let's say your friend is saying it's really hard to get up in the early and go to the gym, all right? But it's not hard for you. Why? Then you can say, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਔਖਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਭੁੱਸ ਪੈ ਗਿਆ। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਔਖਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ. It means it's not hard for me. Why? Then you could say, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਭੁੱਸ ਪੈ ਗਿਆ, all right? It means it's just become my habit. When something is your habit, you don't feel it to do something like it's not felt like a hard thing, all right? ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਭੁੱਸ ਪੈ ਗਿਆ. It becomes my habit. You can also use ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਆਦਤ ਪੈ ਗਈ. It is also same thing. Or you can also say ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਸੁਭਾਅ ਪੈ ਗਿਆ, all right? So probably you see this word adat, all right, which is your habit. I think mostly you see in the books, but this word, the colloquial word, mostly like a postpona. I don't think you find this one in the books. The sabah pauna is also, I think you can see in the books. Basically, sabah means is like your nature, all right? What kind of nature that person has, that's sabah. But in the situation when somebody sabah pay you, it means they're talking about making the habit or becoming the habit, all right? Let's say I take you at my farm and I'm working there. You are started working with me and it's so hard. You're sweating out, basically, and out of breathing. It's so hard and you can't continue whatever. And you ask me, isn't it hard for you? I'm going to say, na main da puss paya hoya. It's no, like it's just my habit or regular routine, whatever, right? Or I can say, it's meri aadat ban gayi, all right? It become my habit, so I don't feel it's that hard, right? If I'm doing normal work at my farm, what I do usually, all right? Or I could say like, it's mera sabah ban gaya, sabah, all right? Sabah means it's just your regular routine, all right? So these were the 5 verbs I want to teach you. So make sure you use them in sentences in different situations. So if you wanna keep remember these verbs, all right, you need to use them in sentences again and again. Probably you'd use them today, maybe next day, next week, stuff like that. Or if you are listening a podcast, maybe you notice these words. That's how you can learn. If you just like study today, after that, you're not going to look at them. People are going to forget them. All right. Anyway, if you like the podcast, make sure you give it to 5 stars. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. At the end, I hope you enjoyed the lesson and learned something new today. I'll be back with another lesson another day.